Basketball action coming your way once again here as the Chiba Jets host the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome here to the Lala Arena here in Tokyo Bay. Our venue here today for the Chiba Jets as we have the second game of their back-to-back matches up against Yokohama. These two squads faced each other yesterday, and Yokohama won that one by just a point, 67-66. Here are some of the highlights there. Top scorer for the Chiba Jets was Yuta Watanabe with his 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. DJ Hogg, finally in harness, came up with 16 points, 6 boards, and 4 dimes. Ren Kanechika, pretty good performance as well, with 8 points and 2 rebounds. But the big story really was Yuki Togashi. 0 points, 0 rebounds. He did have 3 assists. As we take a look at the numbers from yesterday's affair, John Mooney did come up with 11 rebounds but only scored 8 points, and another one of their imports, Christopher Smith, 7 points, 5 assists, decent numbers, but they're going to need more. As we take a look at the team standings here in third spot, we've got Chiba at 21-13 in the Eastern Conference, and on the other side, 14-20 for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Now we've got the lineup for the Chiba Jets, and their notables, of course, Yuta Watanabe, NBA caliber, has opted to bring his talents here to Japan. Yuki Togashi, of course, longtime member of the Japanese national squad. And they also have DJ Hogg, as we mentioned, together with Jonathan Williams. And then we've got the lineup of the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. For the Filipino fans, everybody looking forward to the performance of Kiefer Avena. In the win yesterday, he had decent numbers, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and he had 2 assists. But more than anything else, he really controls the pace. There on your screens, you have Yuta Watanabe, the NBA star that is now here in the B-League. And they're pitting him against Damien Inglis from France. Damien also had pretty good numbers yesterday. 21 points, 13 rebounds, a big double-double for him. He also had 4 assists. There's Ren on the fast break. And he's not going to be stopped, especially by a guard. And he can hit the long shot, which he did there, knocking down that 3. Damien Inglis, on the other hand, is a 3-level scorer. From the free throw line, can score. He can take it to the cup as well. He's a big body, as you can see him hitting that fall away there. An array of moves, kissing it off the glass. That is going to be a premier matchup here today. Nice look there at Coach Lassi Tuovi, coach of the Finland national squad and also the coach of the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. So they're going to have Kai King, number 23, number 21, Mike Kotsar, number 8, Gary Clark, and number 4, Damien Inglis as their main men. We have the starting 5 right now. They will start out with number 4, that is Damien Inglis, number 15, Kiefer Avena, number 18, Kenta Morii, number 21, Mike Kotsar, their man in the middle, and number 30 is Koya Sudo. That has been the regular starting 5 for that gentleman right there, Coach Lassi Tuovi. Actually, in the start of the season, he had Kiefer Avena coming off the bench as a 6th man, but now he's been thrust into the starting lineup. Now we have the Chiba Jets and their introduction of all their players.
for your CHIBA Jets. Everyone, you can welcome number 2, Yuki Togashi. Number 31, Shuto Hara. Number 33, Joe Moody. Number 34, Christopher Smith. And your head coach, Trevor Gleason.
And there you have the starting five for Coach Trevor Gleason for the Chiba Jets. They have Yuta Watanabe in the starting lineup. Yuki Togashi, of course. That is a given. They also have number 13, Shuta Hara. 31, check that. And then they have number 33, John Mooney. And Christopher Smith, number 34. Rounding them out, you have there our officials. Referee Hiruchi, Referee Ishima, and Referee Nishii handling proceedings here for this afternoon. This is our Sunday affair. Once again, we've got the starters for both these squads. Watanabe, Togashi, Hara, Mooney, and Smith. Starting out for the home squad. For the visitors, they've got Inglis, Ravenna, Morii, Kotsar, and Sudo. We're all set. Second of a 2-day swing here between these two squads. And again, if you're just joining us, these two squads played each other yesterday, and Yokohama won that by the slimmest of margins, 67-66. That really silenced the crowd here at the Lala Arena, Tokyo Bay. And the fans today want to be able to cheer themselves hoarse with a victory. Can they get that? Let's find out if the boys in red can give the fans that this Sunday. Nice smile there from Christopher Smith. He's a real big scorer, especially from the outside. But yesterday, disappointing. 7 points, 5 rebound performance. Kenta Morii, the starting point guard here. Actually in the backcourt together with Kiefer Ravenna. There's the main man, one of the main stars now of Japanese basketball. Two of them, in fact, Yuta Watanabe and that man, Yuki Togashi. We have set the table. We're ready to get underway here.
Take off.
Tip off. We'll go to the Jets to start things off. And immediately they go to Togashi. Sutahara will get it to Yuta up high. A lot of movement here. Here's Watanabe with a jumper. Swish! 2-0 to start things off. And Yuta Watanabe, as we talked about earlier, had 19 points yesterday. He actually was in a shooting slump a few weeks prior. Looks like he's found his rhythm. In fact, even during the All-Star game, it was a little disappointing during the 3-point contest. Damien Inglis scores there, ties things up at 2. And that's the matchup we had for you. Watanabe up against Inglis. We're going to be looking at their numbers all throughout this game. Smith will go inside. Mooney will put that through. For 2 early stages here of our battle between these two squads. 26-year-old John Mooney has really made Japan his home. Open 3. Not gonna drop there. Those are the shots the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS have got to be able to make on a consistent basis. Sudo there is going to hit the deck after missing that 3. Wanted to come up with a better performance defensively to make up for it. Smith with the inbound. Very surprising to see Togashi scoreless. Let's see if he looks for a shot early here. Christopher Smith. This is his specialty. Yes! 72 now is our tally. quick 5-0 run. Trying to take advantage of Togashi inside. Short though. Having said them having to make their shots from the outside, Kenta Mori needs to be able to put those baskets inside if he gets Togashi that deep inside. Once again, Yuta Watanabe will score here. It is 9-2, and a quick timeout will have to be called by the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS.
何をエンタイムさあノニアと一緒に気持ちのいい気でジェッツを応援しよう準備はいいかな Let's go! Go Jets! Go Jets! さあ一緒に Go Jets! さあもっともっと Go Jets! センキュー気持ちのいい気でジェッツを応援しよう口を開けば心つながるノニオがお送りしました
Welcome back to the Lala Arena, Tokyo Bay, for this battle between the Jets and the B-CORSAIRS. Only 2 points on the board right now for Yokohama. They look to Inglis. One of their top scorers inside. That's a little bit too strong. Put back for Kotsar will drop. That's what he does. Just hangs around the paint, looking to be able to turn garbage into gold. First basket here from Maik. 9-4 is our tally. Togashi will kick it out. Togashi not really looking for his shot here. A lot of times after a dismal performance the previous day, you'd want to be a little bit extra aggressive. Nice look there at Coach Trevor Gleason. Togashi, just 31 years of age, entering his prime years. Served the national team for quite a while. Christopher Smith will come up short on that jumper. Coming out of that pack is Damien. He's going to want it in the low block. They can't get it to him. Eventually they do. That's a quick double sent. Kotsar will just put it up. And a foul's going to be called. That'll be the first team foul on the Jets. It might be on Shutahara. Shutahara was just trying to be as much of a nuisance as he possibly could. Even if he jumps, there's no way he's going to be able to stop that shot from Kotsar. Entering for the first time, DJ Hogg. With a tremendous performance yesterday in that loss. 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. He was filling up the stat sheet. Kotsar makes the free throw. Cuts that lead down to 4. He's going to get a shooter's roll. That lead cut down to 3. Hogg. Looked like he was going to pick up his dribble. There's a lot of pressure in the backcourt. He's able to break it. Nice handoff. So once again, Mooney will score. And a first assist here for DJ. Inglis to the wing. They get it back to that corner. Short. Hogg there with his first board. And they go to Yuta once again. Why not? He's been their main scorer here today. He was yesterday as well. Watanabe looking for space. Gives it up. Doesn't get it back. Shutahara. Shot clock's down to 3. And a travel is going to be called on Shuta. Kiefer Ravenna calling out the play. Some people may say not eye-popping numbers here for Kiefer, but nonetheless, it was a victory for his squad and a big one. That's a big scalp here to be able to take down the Chiba Jets, many-time champion in the B-League. They go down low. Kotsair wanting to get some space. Bullies his way over John Mooney. Mooney's going to pick up a personal. Mooney saying, I had a pretty good stance. I was just manning my position. That's what he's motioning there to the referees. The referees say, you might have gotten a little bit under his landing space. Hence the foul. Kotsair back on the line, looking to complete a 3-point play. Just down by 3. Trying to bring his team to within 2. Pretty good start here for Mike. And just when I said that, he'll miss the free throw. Approaching the halfway mark of the opening period. Shuta will go to the wing. Quick move here for Yuta. Ooh, that should have been an easy shot for DJ. Hog missing. Stutter step. They're going to go to the corner. That was tipped. Mori trying to get into the heart of the defense. Trying to create some open shots for his shooters. Coach Lassie called out the play. Let's see them execute. Trying to go inside, a little bit too strong. And a foul's going to be called. That'll be on DJ Hogg. His first. That was clear. No complaints here for DJ. Christopher Smith will come back in. He was the starter here for the boys in red. Ren Kanechik are coming in for the first time. Great numbers yesterday. 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Unfortunately, it was a loss for the Jets. Kiefer looking for his first points here from the free throw line. First will drop. Trying to get his squad here to within 1. They were down by 7 at one stage. That was at 9-2. Big blast here put together by the boys in white. And they're right back in it. Kiefer will make both. Past the midway point of the opening quarter. Hogg. Hogg's looking for space up against Kotsair. He's got the foot speed, but he's going to lose it on the spin. Turnover number 3 here for the Jets. Ravenna for 3. A little bit offline. Had to fall into the lap of Togashi. He'll bring it up. Trying to use his speed, and looks like that's going to be a foul there on Kiefer. Check that. That's Kenta Morii in front of him. They're going to say there's a slight nudge on the side. And a chance for Yuki Togashi now to get on the board.
2 shots.
He was scoreless yesterday. One of the few times he's going to go scoreless in a ball game. And he's very disappointed because if he scored at least 2 points, they would have won yesterday's affair. Of course, easier said than done. Togashi's going to make both. Back up to a 2-point lead. Actually, a 3-point lead here for Coach Trevor Gleason and company. But the positive sign is Yuki Togashi has seen his shot go down. Can that spur him to an even bigger scoring spree today? We'll find out. Clark inside the paint, puts it up and through. 13-12 is our tally. First basket here for Gary. Christopher. A little bit too strong there. Big rebound once again from Mike. Clark. They're gonna go swing it from side to side. Great bounce pass, moving so well without the ball there. Kotsar finding the cut-in Matsuzaki. Watch it once again. Hiroki scores his first basket, and now it's a time for the Jets to sue for time. First taste of the lead here for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS this afternoon at 14-13. They trailed by as much as 7. Mooney just knocks down the guard. And Hiroki wasn't happy. 3-pointer there, hit by Kanechika. That's what he did all throughout the All-Star weekend. He can hit from long distance. Coach Lassie not happy. And a technical foul is going to be called here on the bench. Ooh, they're going to ask for a review here. And they're asking for a review, and they're saying, aside from it being an offensive foul, it might be an unsportsmanlike foul because it was a blow to the head. So we saw the gentleman from White hit the deck, not quite sure if there was a blow above the shoulders. Here it is. Ooh, that was clear. And that might be upgraded here. But a technical foul was called on the bench though, so the Chiba Jets will have one shot coming off this break. But DJ Hogg almost surely will be called here for an unsportsmanlike foul. Everything happened so fast, and that was in the backcourt. So easy to miss the action. You can't also blame the referees. But that happened right in front, essentially, of Coach Lassie. That's why he was going nuts on the sideline. And that's why the bench was called for a technical foul. But here's the call. And there is what they were looking for. And now Coach Lassie is asking, can you rescind or can you take back the technical foul you called on my bench? Yuta going over to Coach Lassie saying, well, they blew the whistle for that foul. So the technical foul will have to be taken. Unsportsmanlike foul there for DJ. And so they blew the whistle for the technical foul. Yuki Togashi now on the line. It's not gonna drop. Is that justice? As some will say, ball don't lie. And now 2 free throws. Kenta Mori on the line. He'll make the first. He's got another one coming, and they have ball possession. He'll make both. We are deadlocked at 16. And because of that unsportsmanlike foul, in the penalty now are the Chiba Jets, with still 3:25 to play in quarter number 1. So the technical foul didn't actually hurt them. Everything worked out. As they say, justice was served. And with possession now are the visitors. Muri to the wing. Inglis will give it back. Actually, that's Gary Clark. Sidestepping move, no look pass. And a 3-second violation will be called. With a 3-second violation called there on Mike Kotsar. Approaching the 3-minute mark here in the first. Hogg for 3. Offline. Easy rebound there. And Muri calling for a pick. But he'll send the ball to the other side. Quick 3. Not gonna drop. Mike Kotsar, offensive rebound. That's what he likes to do. That's how he is most effective. Clark turning the corner. Falling away. A little bit too strong. Then Kanechika with his first board. Here's Yuta Watanabe. That's too easy. You gotta stop the ball. You've got to stop the forward progress. It didn't happen. 2-point lead right now for the Jets. Kai King in the ball game for the first time. That'll spread the floor for his squad. That was a breakdown in defense. Everybody forgot about Kenta. We're tied at 18. Once again, third tie of the afternoon. Under 2 minutes to be played here. Hogg. Hogg almost lost it. But sticking too close. Was Kenta there? DJ saying, enough is enough. Sticking too close. You're going to be called for a personal. That's his first. That's the third team foul here. Inglis back in. Switch Clark in Inglis. The import combination. Quick blow by, and getting away there is Yuki Togashi. Check that. Sato Ogawa now in his place. Not as quick, but you can see even the import couldn't get to him. 3 from the wing from Ravenna. Had a very short rest. Back on the floor. 5 points now for Kiefer. 2 free throws and that 3. Not gonna drop there for Christopher Smith. 21-20 is our tally. So far, Watanabe with 6 points. 3 apiece for Kanechika and Christopher Smith. For the B-Corsairs, For those on the floor, 2 points across the board for Inglis, Clark, Ravenna, and Matsuzaki. Another foul is going to be called. The Jets are in the penalty. Ravenna doing the right thing. Got by the hip. That's clearly a foul. So Ogawa, after scoring a basket, comes up with that foul. 2 shots from the 15-foot line here for Kiefer. Kiefer's going to make the second. This is now the biggest lead in the ball game here for the visitors. Could be more. Kiefer, perfect from the free throw line so far today. Gives his squad a 3-point lead. Under 40 seconds to be played here in the opening period. Ogawa will go to the wing. Again, Watanabe tries to kiss it off the glass a little bit too strong, asking for a foul. Kai King, a lot of contact, no whistle. Now they're going to use clock. Shot clock difference from the game clock, about 4 seconds. Kiefer gets away. His pass wasn't expected there. Kai King with a good foul. That's going to stop the forward progress. And that's going to allow their entire squad to get back down in full force with 5.6 to play. It's down to 2. Christopher Smith for 3. That would have tied things up. But that's where we're going to end first quarter hostilities. And it's a 3-point lead here, enjoyed by the visitors at 23-20.
10名様に千葉ジェッツグルメスタンドで使用できるドリンクチケット600円分が当たりますので皆様応援よろしくお願いします。それでは早速いきましょう。ドリームシュートチャレンジスタート。さあまずはフリースロー。惜しい。さあ皆様応援よろしくお願いします。頑張って。際、周りの方の視界の妨げになりますので、前かがみでの観戦はお控えくださいますようご協力をお願いいたします。さて、本日背番号7マイコー、背番号31ハローシューター。Second quarter.
Second quarter underway here. Quickly they try to go inside. Clark will lose the ball. Ogawa pushing. The squad down by 3. Who do they look for here? They go to Christopher Smith up high. Hogg tries to make that spin, and a foul will be called here on Kiefer, his first. Trying to go for the steal there. Readily acknowledges that. Smith will go up high. DJ Hogg for three, yes! Swishes that one through, and we are deadlocked at 23. Kiefer looking for space. Isolated against Ogawa. Clark up and under move. Will come up short. He'll get his own miss and put it through. Another 2-point lead here for the visitors. Yesterday it's a 1-point affair, and we're expecting this to be just as tight. Quickly, a minute gone here in the second period. There's Hogg once again being extra aggressive. Hogg on the line for 2 shots. Trying to tie things up once again here. Makes the first. Wasn't really pleased with the release on that first free throw, but still went down. Second coming up. Hoping this is a little easier. Still, not the sweetest of shots. But nevertheless, we are tied at 25. Some pressure. There's a steal. Kanichika will give it up. Nice seal. Little bump. Kanichika can't deliver though. The tap goes out to Hogg. Hogg for 3. Short. That has been the new brand of basketball here. Offensive rebounding. You look for the quick 3. Trying to post up the smaller Shutahara. Damian waits for the double. Can't issue a good release pass. On the wing. And a foul is going to be called on Clark. Kai King though acknowledging, saying it was my foul. Let's see. Who do they give it to? Well, the first slap really came from Kai King, but the foul was called a little later, and that's why it's going to be on Gary. Two free throws coming up here now for Christopher Smith, the dead shot. Trying to break this deadlock here. And just when I said that, I jinxed him. Misses that free throw. Yuki Togashi still on the bench. 1-point lead now enjoyed by the Jets. Got a seesaw affair here. And Kiefer at the point. They swing it to Kai. No early attack. They're gonna swing things around. Inglis from 17 feet, yes! We got that in rhythm. Christopher Smith will go to the wing first. And then they've got movement. Trying to explode to the basket. The flip will drop. It's now a 1-point lead, this time for the Jets. Kiefer gets away from the pressure in the backcourt. Kai King. Surprised he doesn't want to take Ogawa off the dribble. Ogawa's going to be picked up a foul here. That's going to be number 2. And the first team foul for the Jets. Ogawa doing quite well on his stint here. And his stellar play has kept Yuki Togashi on the bench. Kiefer Will try to get away. Shutahara able to recover. English now. Puts up a 3. That's short. You want to take his man off the dribble there. He had a clear advantage. Ogawa will bring it back out. Both teams actually showing a lot of patience under offensive sets. Up and under move, and that's going to drop there for DJ. DJ yesterday had a tremendous 16-point performance. Slowly getting there. Looking for back-to-back big games. Mike Kotsar, another offensive rebound. They look to the wing. Kai King, open 3. A little bit too strong. Mike once again. Not going to be able to put that one through. But still, getting his squad. Still another possession. Yuta Watanabe back. They're going to need his firepower. They're up by 3. Remember, Watanabe is a local coming in for an import. That's the level. That's the quality he brings to the floor. We're going to go inside, and a quick foul will be called on Christopher. English was the leading scorer for his squad yesterday with 21 and 13, double-double for Damian. Let's see him come up with stellar numbers again here. They go to him in the block. He's got the advantage there over Smith. Can make that turn. Opts to do the follow-away and hits. So far, so good here for Damian. Hopefully trying to look for another double-double to give his squad another victory. Victory number 15 this season. But still, a lot of basketball yet to be played. Ogawa again stops. Will get denied. Doesn't quite have the separation that usually Yuki Togashi will get. Kiefer hits the deck. There was a lot of contact there, trying to stop the forward progress of Kiefer. First personal foul on Watanabe. Yuki's back. Expecting to play the rest here of the quarter. John Mooney back as well. Ogawa did his job. Quite surprised they don't send in Fumio Nishimura, number 11. He's a veteran. And at the same time, he has really been more than adept at taking over the chores from Yuki. But I guess they're looking for a changing of the guard. Because Fumio is 38 years old. Asato is 23. Couple of moves, trying to get up there quickly, and a foul's going to be called on Christopher Smith. That's going to be number 2. Not to mention the fact that their team is now in the penalty. Smith got caught there. He thought that the basket was going to be taken from the other end, and suddenly Damian English just stopped and went up for the shot, and he was sticking too close. First free throw won't drop. Trying to give his squad the lead here, but we'll have to settle here for a possible tie. And we are tied at 30. Another close affair. Will it be all the way till the end? Fans are hoping so. Everybody wants a cliffhanger. Shutahara tries to explode to the basket. Falling away, well short of everything. Not really known as a scorer. He's a spot up three. That's his game. Mori will go inside to Damien. They swing it up high. Firi's gonna come up short. Utah with possession. We'll give it up. Not wanting to force the issue yet. They go inside. Mooney, power dribble. And he'll get that one to drop. Asking for a foul there. He said there was a lot of contact. But the referees say play on. 4:17 to be played here before the halftime break. And it's a 2-point lead enjoyed by the Chiba Jets.
さあ本日もわずかタイムサポーテッドバイレンズアップまずは一発目ワン、ツー、スリー、レンズアップからのワン、ツー、スリー、レンズアップからのワン、ツー、スリー、レンズアップからのワン、ツー、スリー、レンズアップさあお近くのスタージェッツが T シャツ投げ込んでますよさあキャッチしてくださいでは参りましょうまとめてワン、ツー、スリー、レッツアップドッカーンというわけでバズータタイムサポートバイレンズアップいつもありがとう Thank you
Final 4 minutes and change of the first half. 2 points separating these two squads. A 3 on the way. Not gonna drop there. Pretty good look from Takeru Oba. Oba is a dead shot from there. Just not able to knock that one down. Good line. Slightly too strong. Kenta Mori gets it in bounds. We'll get it back. We got a brand new 14. That's a great bounce pass. Kotsar puts it up. Will overshoot. Trying to use the board there, but wasn't able to make contact. Mori said, if you put that in, that would have been an assist for me. Almost a 5-second violation. They get it out to Clark. And they didn't realize that the shot clock was winding down. That's going to be another turnover. (32-30) is our tally. 3:46 to be played in quarter number 2. Togashi not bringing up the basketball, allowing Shutahara to do that. They got Yuki setting picks down low. Jumper's not gonna work. So far, looking at the turnover numbers, 3 turnovers for the Jets, 5 here for the B-CORSAIRS. Both these teams taking really good care of that basketball. Extra pass, and again we are deadlocked, this time at 32. Both teams running their offense as well, but at the same time, the defenses have also come to the forefront. That's why we've got a low-scoring affair. Christopher Smith for three, yes! You can't give him that much space. That's all he needs. A small window, and he's launching. 2 out of 6 from three-point distance here this afternoon. Clark will come up short. Watanabe tries to make the spin off that rebound, and he'll control it. Trying to build on their lead here. Nice bounce pass. Togashi gets away. Mooney with an assist. And again, Lasito always says, enough's enough. Final 20 minutes coming up. Right now, we still have 2 minutes to be played here in the first half. Nonchalant pass there from Ri. They almost lost it. Damien falling away. Yes! Inglis has been playing beautiful music with his squad, dating back to yesterday with his 21 points, leading his squad to a 1-point victory. Now gets them to within 3. Togashi, a little bit more in tune. Wow, that is not gonna drop. That would have been a highlight play for years to come. Didn't drop though for Togashi. Quick attack, and Clark will score. That's gonna cut the lead down to 1. 37-36 is our tally. 90 seconds remaining here in the first half, of course. We're going to stop the play. This is what would have been in the highlight reels. Unfortunately, it didn't drop there for Togashi. Second personal foul going to be called on Kenta. He's done a yeoman's job here today of just really trying to stay in step with Togashi. That's not easy. Both teams now in the penalty. Togashi will have to give it up. Mooney for 3. That's a nice tip. Save there, and here comes Damien. Looking for a 3. It's not gonna work. Watanabe with the board. Yuta has really helped on both ends. Yuta Watanabe, strong finish. He put a little bit too much English on that one though. Didn't drop. He was looking for a 3-point play, but he's got 2 free throws coming up. Watch this. Big, strong move. Kai King was actually trying to get out of the way. Under 40 seconds remaining in the second period. Kai King with his second personal foul, and that first free throw will drop here for Utah. Second on the way. High looping shot will drop. Get a little bit more of a shooter's bounce if you get that much of an arc. Kiefer now back at the controls for the final 30 seconds. Kissing it high off the glass. When he gets that close to the cup, impossible to stop. 1 point separating these two squads as we head into the final seconds. Togashi holding on to this one. Both teams in the bonus. Togashi finds Mooney. Double clutching, puts it up. He should have put it up on the first opportunity when he had that shot in rhythm. But nonetheless, after 2 quarters of play, wresting the lead here from the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS are the Chiba Jets as they lead 39-38.
RESONA グループ B リーグ2024-25シーズン日本電機プレゼンツ千葉ジェッツホームゲームハーフタイムショー。まずはスタージェッツのパフォーマンス。Please lock in your Star Jets!
「
Jets. 続いては日本大学習志野高等学校チアリーダー部ヴィーナスによるパフォーマンスです。どうぞ大きな拍手でお迎えください。
本日はお招きいただきありがとうございます。日本大学習志野高校チアリーダー部リーガルです。選手の皆さんが後半も活躍できるよう応援の気持ちを込めて精一杯演技します。なお関係者以外の撮影はご遠慮ください。会場の皆さん手拍子で一緒に盛り上げていただけると嬉しいです。
眩しい日差しを背に走り出す街の中叩かれたいつものようにカウントを君に夢中なことにわけなんてないのにその腕は絡むことはないいつの間にか瞳奪われて始まった離さない揺るがない Crazy for you 君が好きだと叫びたい明日を変えてみよう凍りついてく時を打ち壊したい君が好きだと叫びたい勇気で踏み出そう
がとうございました。
求められるインフラは時代で変わる。求められるインフラは地域で変わる。本当に必要なインフラを提供し続けたい。その道のりは険しく果てしない。それでも私たちは地域の未来へパスをつなぎたい。
それではここで B リーグパートナー各社をご紹介いたします。 B リーグトップパートナーソフトバンク、 B リーグタイトルパートナーリソナグループ、 B リーグイノベーションパートナーインフロデアホールディングス、 B リーグパートナー日本郵便、 G ショップ、日本生命、 B リーグサポーティングカンパニーソニーミュージックエンターテインメント、モルテン、朝日新聞、日本経済新聞社、大塚製薬、野村工芸社、 EY ジャパン、エニタイムフィットネス、アーシャルデザイン、ストライク、 TIS、 スポーツデポ、ロックアイス、B リーグサプライヤーアダストリア、 B リーグコミュニケーションパートナーライオンヤグー、 B リーグスポーツ振興パートナースポーツくじウィナー。以上 B リーグパートナー各社のご紹介でした。
そしてここからはブースタートーン。ご自身のスマホカメラからビジョンに表示されている二次元コードを読み取っていただき、ご自身でまたは一緒にご登場されている仲間とリアルタイムで動画を撮ってください。えりすぐりの素敵なブースターさんの表情がビジョンに映し出されます。ぜひ横浜 B コルセアーズファンブースターの皆さんも一緒に参加してくださいね。ご登場のブースターさん一丸となって会場を盛り上げましょう。それではブースターターンスタート。さあピカボンを持ってくれている可愛いブースターさんです。さあ続いてはコンコースからありがとうございます。素敵な手作りのうちわもありがとうございます。選手にパワー届いているはずですよ。グッズもお持ちいただきありがとうございます。皆さんぜひジャンボくんのグッズを持って投稿してください。こちらテントウムシを着ているジャンボくんですかね。素敵な笑顔ありがとうございます。この後も応援よろしくね。ナイスファイブ。かわいい笑顔ありがとう。素敵な投稿ありがとうございます。元気いっぱい後半も熱い応援お願いしますね。以上素敵なブースターさんたちによる
4イングル
Right now, let's take a look at the numbers here. 62% shooting for the Chiba Jets. 65% shooting for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Very good shooting from 2-point distance. From 3-point distance, decent 30% here for the Chiba Jets. But look at this, 1 out of 11 for the B-CORSAIRS for just 9.1%. That's not going to get it done, but still, they're just down by 1 point. Both teams taking very good care of the basketball there. As you can see, just 3 turnovers for the Jets and 6 here for the B-CORSAIRS. All the other numbers just about even. That's tremendous shooting from inside the arc from both these squads. And they haven't all been layups. There have been a lot of shots, and there have been a lot of long twos. That's stellar shooting. 65% against 62%. As we have the numbers here, 9 points scored here by Christopher Smith, 4 rebounds for Watanabe, and 3 assists also for Smith. On the other side, 11 points for Damien Inglis, 7 boards for Kotsar, and 3 assists here for Inglis as well. Looking at some more numbers. Rebounding, 20 as compared to 11 in favor of Yokohama. That's a big +9. But in terms of assists, the Jets sharing the basketball a little bit more, 9-7. Here's Inglis in action as we're looking at the head-to-head matchup. 8 points there for Yuta Watanabe. And 11 points for Inglis. 2-pointers, you can see just about even. Yuta Watanabe has been on the floor a little bit more. 16 minutes as compared to 14 minutes here for Damien. As we're going to look at that matchup still all throughout this match. Again, if you're just joining us, these two squads faced each other yesterday, and Yokohama won that one by 1, 67-66. And here at the halftime break, it's a 1-point lead for the Chiba Jets at 39-38. Well, for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, just to be able to stay close to one of the league leaders in the Jets is already a victory in itself. Not to mention the fact that they came away victorious yesterday, and they feel they can have back-to-back victories here as they try to inch their way to a 500 record. They are at 14-20 at this stage. And now we enter the third period. Just 1 point separating these two squads. Stick around for an exciting finish here, that's for sure. Mooney isolated in the paint. Yuta Watanabe gets away. Nothing that Inglis could do but just to foul him. Saves the easy 2 points. That was a well-run play. Watanabe making sure that he was able to stop the block shot attempt here from Damien. First personal foul on Inglis. You saw the isolation that they had on one end with Mooney, and all the other three players out of the three-point area. 9 points now in the contest here for Utah. He'll make both. Now it's a three-point, a little bit more space here between his squad and their opponents. Quick hands, but still holding on to possession. Here's Sudo. Up and under move. That's a great move, but a little bit too strong off the glass. Should have been an easy two. Togashi once again blows by everybody. That's going to be a turnover. He was in no man's land as he got caught there and passed it off. Mooney wasn't expecting it. Mooney actually thought he was going to get all the way. He was getting ready for the offensive rebound. One of the few turnovers of the Jets here. Kotsar to the wing. Kiefer for three. Not that time. They'll swing it. Up high. Mooney. Now goes to Shuta. Quick swing. Togashi. Floater. Short. He'll get his own miss though. But he can't hold on to it on the break. Will they look for Inglis? No, they won't. Kotsar will send it back. They're going to look for Inglis. Not the best of spots to be able to get him that pass. Damien with a jumper. That's going to cut the lead down to 1. 13 points now in the contest for Inglis. An offensive foul is going to be called. That might be on Christopher Smith. It is. Being a little too physical there. And actually, that's the second time that Mori was able to draw a foul from the opponents. Wanting the offensive foul there. He got it. Third personal foul on Christopher. And remember, in the first half, there was an unsportsmanlike foul called on DJ Hogg against Kenta. Kotsar with a quick spin, flips it up. No offensive rebound whatsoever. DJ Mooney with the rebound. He made contact there. It looks like he made contact with the kisser here. Will they review this one? Let's see exactly what transpired. He grazed the nose. And now they're going to review this one. If he made contact, that could be another unsportsmanlike foul. That's going to be the second of the Chiba Jets. This one could be on Mooney. Looked like it was just grazing the nose, but if you make contact, you make contact. And it's above the shoulders. Here it is once again. Trying to look for a swipe, and there, trying to protect the ball there was Mooney. Let us see the verdict. We weren't able to see it there. What they called. So just a regular foul. They get it to Togashi, quickly into the front court. And increase their 1-point lead. Mooney, no handoff. Holds on to it. That pass was tipped. I was surprised Mooney didn't make the quick turn towards the baseline. He had the advantage there. Togashi gets away. That's going to be a layup. That drops. 3-point play opportunity in the offing here for the Chiba Jets. That was a breakdown in defense. There was just no last line. Usually you have one of the imports there. Last line turned out to be Koya Sudo. Kiefer will get it back. So far, Kiefer's had a decent game. Jumper from the wing, not gonna drop there for Sudo. He has yet to find his range here this afternoon. Togashi looking for space once again. Quick move by Christopher. Open three, Mooney. Yes! That's gonna match their biggest lead of the ball game at 7. And 9 points now in the contest here for John. Kotsar looking for some space, sets the pick. Ravenna gets it back to Mike. Mike, quick spin. That's good defense there for John. And the boys in red are trying to run. Trying to open up their biggest lead. They want a victory here. They need a victory here to stay in step with the leaders. Mooney, nothing there. They'll push. Sutahara with the foul, just stopping the forward progress. That will be the second team foul of the Jets here in the third. Second personal foul on Shuta. Checking in, Gary Clark, and for the very first time, Yusei Sugiura, number 9. Sugiura used to be a starter in previous years, now coming off the bench. In fact, he's played sparingly here. It's his first taste of action. Clark will go to the wing. Damien for 3, yes! Just a nonchalant launch. We'll hit that one. Tremendous outing once again. English with 16 points. Yesterday at 21. His team still down by 4 though. Shot clock is winding down on the Jets. Straight line drive. Big block there from Damien. 3-on-3 break. They go to the wing. Clark for another 3. Yes! And that lead is down to 1. And they've got the momentum here. Heading into the second half of the third period. Shuta wants to go to the post. Gets it to Mooney. Watanabe. Watanabe, strong move. How did he get to the other side of the rim? That's just how long he is. 3-point lead once again for the boys in red. Nice handoff. Clark will challenge inside. That's not gonna drop. Referee say play on. Clark asking for a foul, but the foul will be called there on Morii, his third. Just wanting to stop the action, but right now Yokohama now going to be in the penalty with still a lot to be played here. 4:48 in the third period. Christopher Smith will come back in. More firepower from the outside. DJ Hogg also sent back in the action. Togashi launches a three. Not that time. That was touched last by Smith. We're going the other way. Kenta again at the controls. Gets it to Inglis from 14 feet. That's money. Just too easy for him. Another good scoring afternoon for Inglis. Smith stops, goes outside. Hogg, not wanting to challenge, gets it to Yuki. That's a perfect pass. Sneaky pass, in fact, to Hogg. 9 points now for Hogg, and another assist here for Yuki Togashi. Under 4 minutes to be played here in the third. Ravenna gonna change pace. Attacks the basket and scores. Gets his squad to within one once again. Close to double digits is Kiefer here this afternoon with 9 markers. Smith will give it up. Watanabe to the wing. Ren Kanechika shortened that one. Kanechika's performance yesterday, he had 8 points. Also had 2 boards and 1 assist. Today, has not had an imprint on the match so far. Kiefer will put up another 3. Short that time. Kiefer is looking for his second 3 of the ball game. Here's Yuki. Forced shot. The defense was all over him there. Might have been better served to give it up. Double team. They get it to Clark. Clark launches a 3 and hits. It's now a 2-point advantage here for the visitors. 12 points in the contest here for Gary Clark. And a timeout will be called here by Chiba. Coming off that timeout, let's see what the Jets have in terms of their set offense. There's going to be a pickoff. Kai King inside the paint, gets the layup. It's not going to drop. Now can they execute the play of Coach Trevor Gleason coming off that timeout. DJ Hogg launches a 3 and knocks that one down. And now a 1-point affair. 12 points in the contest for DJ. Yesterday, DJ with 16 markers as we approach the final 2 minutes of the third. Damien getting ready to check back in here together with Kiefer. Ravenna will bring it down. He'll be at the controls here. Almost lost it. Eventually does. Nice spin by Ogawa. And then he loses it as well. Tit for tat. Clark was thinking of the three. He hit one earlier. Damien with a strong approach. And a foul will be called on DJ. There was that steal. And then Ogawa got a little bit too greedy. Should have waited for his teammates. But remember, he's only 23 years old. He'll learn. Third personal foul going to be called on DJ. They get it inside to Clark. The key for one attack. He'll try. That's a great pass. Kotsar though can't knock that one down. It rimmed out. Stopping, popping for three. That was actually a long two. Didn't drop there for Utah. Approaching the 1 minute mark here in the third. Kotsar up high. Will give it up. Picked up his dribble. Ravenna left open. He can't convert. They're going to say it's a jump ball situation here. Let's see where the possession arrow points to. It says Yokohama, so we're going to stay right here. 62 seconds remaining as we have the Asia quota import coming in. That is Michael Wu from China. Seeing his first taste of action, number 7, here for the Jets. They'll kick it back out. Kotsar gets out of the shaded area. Their shot clock winding down. Clark with a long three. Short. Kotsar with a long board. They're going to get another 14 to work with. And now Kiefer, two-man game. Sets up Clark. Clark for three. No. That's going to hit the backboard. Time for a possession each before we head into the final quarter. There's Yuki on the bench. Expect him to start the fourth or maybe come in at the 8-minute mark to finish this ball game. Watanabe with a forced shot. That's not a good foul. But they do have a foul to give, so that's not that bad. But you want to be able to use it on the other end if you would have wanted to, just to stop an easy basket. But now both teams in the penalty. So a difference of just about 4 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock. And now both teams in the bonus. Coach Lasty saying, let's go for the final shot. They want to score, of course, but nonetheless, at worst, they're down here by just one. Inglis from 16 feet. That'll rim out. They've got a chance here. 3 seconds. Ogawa for three. Just short on that one. And that's how we're going to end 3 quarters of action here at the Lala Arena in Tokyo Bay. And 1 point still separating these two squads. And it's a 1-point lead enjoyed by the Jets at 54-53.
Come on, you can do better. Let's go, faster. Saあ、3周目いくよ。Go go. さあ、4回の皆さんも思いっきり盛り上がっていきましょう。Let's go. Alright, good job on 2. ーゲッツジャンボ君、そしてスターゲッツユースと一緒に思いっきりタオルを振り回って上昇気流巻き起こっていきましょう。Let's go!
This is it, the fourth and final quarter for Sunday afternoon as the Chiba Jets host the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. The Jets up by 1 and with possession of the basketball. Ogawa in the ball game. Sans Yuki Togashi for the time being. Jumper's gonna drop there for DJ Hogg. That's gonna extend their lead to 3. 56-53. DJ Hogg well into double digits already. Good contribution for him. Clark almost lost it. Holds on to it. Will get it back. He'll come up short. Good defense put up here by the Jets. And then Hogg will send it out. Ogawa to DJ. DJ up against a triple team. Goes to the other side. Smith for 3. It's now a 6-point lead. Once again opened up early. And with the momentum swinging their way, a quick timeout will have to be called here by Coach Lassie Tuovi. Back to the action here. And amidst all the drama here between the Chiba Jets and the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, big news in the NBA. Anthony Davis apparently has been traded to the Dallas Mavericks for Luka Doncic. That's huge. Let's see if there are any changes here in the roster for B-League squads. But news like that will really reverberate all around the basketball world. Fourth personal foul going to be called on Kenta Morii. They need to be able to come close. Coach Lassie Tuovi sensing trouble. He wants back-to-back victories here at the Lala Arena. Big collision once again. Sugiura is a tough individual. He's going to make life really difficult here for Smith. But Ravenna's going to pick up a foul, his second. That's going to be the second team foul here of Yokohama. Still a 6-point lead here by the Jets. Needing to score is Yokohama here. They cannot afford to fall any deeper into a hole. This is the final period. So there is an eternity of basketball still to be played. But the Jets seem to have found the rhythm. And here's another big shot from Christopher Smith. This is now the biggest lead in the ball game for either squad. It's at 8. In double digits already. Also, Christopher Smith. Foul's going to be called on Shutahara. That will be the first team foul, his third. Kiefer telling his squad, let's run the play. Hopefully, good things will happen. Almost 2 minutes gone in the payoff period. Kiefer, that's a nice pass. Mike Kotsar almost lost it. Eventually does. Another good defensive stand here by the Jets, to the delight of the crowd. Let's watch it. Putting the ball down. That was clearly a strip from Ogawa. Shutahara. Waiting for all the movement to end. Christopher Smith puts up a three. That's short. Nobody boxed out. Shutahara coming out of nowhere puts that one through, his first basket, and it's now a 10-point advantage for the hosts. What a time for them to come alive. Now they're leading double digits. Kotsar trying to back his way in. Ravenna. And a 3-second violation will be called. Inglis has been sticking in there. They say he's built a house already. Turnover. Quick substitution now. So Koyasudo, a starter here, sent back in together with Gary Clark. So Mike Kotsar has hit the bench. Talking about the Jets, they've extended this lead without their main man, Yuta Watanabe, and without Yuki Togashi as well. Two of their main stalwarts still on the bench. Ogawa inside, the floater, not gonna drop. Big rebound there by Clark. They will push. Go inside. Damien has been quiet. Up against the double team. Had to kick it out. That's a great pass. And that will score right before the end of 24-second shot clock. 20 points now in the contest for Damien. When are they going to get Yuki Togashi in? When are they going to get Yuta Watanabe in? That's the big question. Up high, extra pass, still Ogawa at the controls. Floater is not going to drop for Shutahara. The lead is 8, could be down to 6. Even 5 with a 3-pointer. That's a great pass, Clark. Strong move. Back-to-back baskets, and now suddenly a timeout will be called by the Chiba Jets. Trevor Gleason not wanting to take any chances whatsoever. Their lead is now down to 6. Five minutes, 44 seconds remaining in this ball game. The Chiba Jets trying to hang on. They want to be able to exact revenge on Yokohama, the squad that defeated them by 1 yesterday. They've got possession up by 6. Togashi back in action, puts up a 3 and hits a dagger 3. Lead is back up to 9. 10 points in the contest now for Yuki, who was scoreless yesterday in that loss. Watanabe also sent back in by Coach Trevor. Why not? You need the big guns. Easy score once again by Inglis. He has had his way all throughout the day. Shooting 9 out of 11 from the field, but again getting away for 2. DJ Hogg showing us his length. He's got 16 points. That's going to bring us to this official timeout. 4:54 remaining in this one. And it's 68 for the Jets. And we have 59 for the squad of the B-CORSAIRS. $68-59 is our tally. Final 5 minutes. It's winning time. Damien Inglis asking for the pass. Gets it to Sudo. Now to Clark. Shot clock down to 4. Clark's got to make his move. Goes up strong. 2 free throws coming off that foul from John Mooney. Got past the hip, and that was all he needed to explode to the bucket. 2 important free throws here. Still a lot of time to be played, but again, you want to be able to cut into this lead if you possibly can. Clark makes that first. So far, they have been 9 out of 11 from the free throw line. Now, 10 out of 12 shooting well above 80%. On the other side, 10 out of 12 shooting for the Jets for 83%. 2 free throws. That's going to bring their squad to within 7. Looking also at the turnover numbers so far. 7 turnovers for the Jets. 9 for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Mooney with a jumper, yes. That's too easy. There was no challenge whatsoever. Knocks that one down. 11 points now in the contest here for John. Approaching the 4-minute mark. Suda finds Clark. Clark will launch. Long rebound. Drops into the hands of Sudo. Damon will not challenge yet. He'll go to the wing. He'll repost. Inglis, a couple of moves. What a spin. And he hits that jumper. He really had to work for that basket. 24 points here for Damien Inglis. He had 21 yesterday. Back-to-back 20 points here for the Frenchman. 70-63 is our tally. Yuta Watanabe. Yes. That was a brilliant move. 14 points now for him. Those are the kind of moves that kept him in the NBA. Now approaching 3 minutes. Clark. Inglis. Up against DJ Hogg. They send it to the other side, and that's going to be a 3 for Koya Sudo. They were waiting for the double. Sudo was waiting for the pass. He's 1 out of 4 for 25%, but that is a big 3. Cutting that lead down to 6. Under 3 minutes to be played. The Jets looking to execute. Hogg comes out high. All the way inside, it's not going to drop. Good boxing out there by Inglis. And Muri will try to push. That looked like almost a picture-perfect pass, but it was slightly behind the cutter. Matsuzaki was a little bit too fast that time. Turnover number 10 here for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Togashi says, play number 2. Let's take our time. Use some clock as well. They're going to need to score. 6 points is not a safe lead. Now they make their move. Shot clock down to 6. Pass inside. That was tipped. Mooney needed just a little bit more air under that one, and that would have been an easy layup inside for Hogg. 1.6. And it looks like they're going to review this one. Not quite sure if they're going to look to add more time or if this is actually a coach's challenge. No indication yet from the referees, but they've gone straight to the monitor. Yokohama has actually used their challenge already. So if ever this is a challenge, this is coming here from Trevor Gleason. They're going to adjust the clock. 2.7 they say. So no challenge, but the referees just want to make sure that everything is in order in terms of the time. 2:06 still to be played. This is the meat and potatoes of this one. There's confirmation of the time. And a baseline inbound here. Sutahara. And look for something close to the basket. Togashi's going to lose it. And the moment he lost it, there was no chance of getting that shot up and over. 2 minutes and change remaining here at the Lala Arena. Trying to cut it to the 6-point deficit. And look for the best shot available. And they find one. Damian Inglis again scores. Shooting over 80% from the field. Lead is down to 4. Possession once again with the Jets. Can they execute this time? Yokohama has fouls to give. Togashi had to give that one up. Hogg puts it up and through. Just in the nick of time. He's got 18 points in the contest. That's a little bit more breathing space for them. A little bit more daylight. Mori, a couple of moves, will have to kick it out. 3. That would have been big. It goes right back to Clark. Launches another one and hits. That's going to cut the lead in half. 19 points in the contest for Gary. Under a minute to be played here. Again, using clock. But just still a 1-possession ball game. That's why the Jets need to score. Mooney comes out. Togashi inside. Whips a pass. That's going to be well short. Great defense put up once again by the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. And a lot of time still on the clock. 36.8. No timeout going to be called by Coach Lassie. And a timeout will be called here by Coach Lassie. He wants to be able to definitely score here. The big question is, are they looking for a 3 or will they look for a quick 2? (74-71). The B-CORSAIRS with possession here. Coach Lassie will be going for a 3 or a 2. We'll find out. Looking for the best shot available, but the shot clock is winding down. Damian Inglis inside. Will misfire. Big rebound there by Utah. And they get it out in the open. Mooney, taking his time, slams that through. It's now a 2-possession ball game. Huge defensive stop there by the Jets. And they just might escape with a W here. Timeout once again called by Yokohama. Last ditch attempt. Three is not gonna drop. We're gonna try to force this one up. It's still not gonna go. And the victory will go to the Chiba Jets. They avenged their loss yesterday. And they win this one by 5. 76-71. It was nip and tuck the entire way, but just proving a little steadier down the stretch were the Chiba Jets. Quite surprising, Kiefer Ravena was not on the floor for those final seconds. A lot of times his veteran leadership has helped his squad, not just here in the B-League, but even when he played in college and in the PBA. Big fourth quarter surge, winning the final period by 4 and giving them this 5-point victory. Coach Lassie and his squad again had their chances, looking for back-to-back victories here this weekend, but it's not going to happen. But as far as they're concerned, a split is still pretty good up against the powerhouse Chiba Jets. It wasn't easy, but in the end, the Jets got it done. Chiba will improve their record to 22-13, while the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS will drop to 14-21. Stick around. We're going to have Trevor Gleason joining us for an interview in just a bit. And then we'll break down the numbers.
Yes. それでは見事勝利した千葉ジェッツトレバー・グリーソンヘッドコーチに一言伺います。コート中までお願いいたします。昨日に続いて競った展開になりましたが、今日は勝ち切ることができました。まずは今日のゲームいかがでしたか？
I'm a lot happier today.
今日の方が嬉しかったです。
Look, it was a really tough and physical contest again. I'm proud of the guys, how they stepped up and really played some team basketball. And down at crunch time, they played really well together, and so proud of them.
はい、本当に今日もタフでフィジカルの試合だったんですけども、みんながしっかりステップアップしてチームバスケを遂行してくれて、特に大事な時間帯こそチームで団結してプレーすることができたので本当に良かったです。
ありがとうございます。そして今日は少し昨日よりもペースが速いようにも見えたんですが、何か意識されていた部分っていうのはあったんでしょうか？
Yeah, it was just like being who we are, that we wanted to play faster than we did yesterday and create a little bit more opportunities and to give you a fabulous crowd here to support us, something to cheer about. So thank you for your support.
はい、自分たちのバスケである速いペースっていうのを意識していて、特にやっぱこんなにたくさん声援してくれるファンの皆さんに何か応援したくなるようなプレーをできればと思って準備してきました。
ありがとうございます。次はバイウィーク前最後のゲームアウェー広島との戦いになりますが、次に向けて一言お願いいたします。
Yeah, it's good to get healthy again and get all our team out on the court, and now we're just trying to pick it up, and so we've got 2 more games next weekend, and hopefully we can have a good weekend and enjoy our break.
はい、みんな少しずつチームとしてねメンバー戻ってきて、ここからしっかりピックアップして、フィバブレイク最後の2試合ですけども、しっかり勝ち取っていい1週間フィバブレイク臨めたらいいなと思ってます。応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。トレバー・グリーソンヘッドコーチでした。それでは続いて今日活躍した選手、印象に残ったプレーをした選手に贈られる香川トレッドのメガマックスプレゼンツジャンボ勲章の発表です。今日のジャンボ勲章1人目は、チーム最多ですかね、18得点でしょうか。そして14得点ですかね、背番号10番 DJ ホグ選手です。DJ 選手、今日見事な活躍でしたが、ご自身では今日のゲームいかがでしたか？
It was great. You know, the win was just the cherry on top. It's great to be out here playing for y'all, playing hard, and getting the win.
はい、本当に良かったです。勝つことができて、さらによくって、みんなの前でしっかり勝ちを届けることができて、本当に良かったです。
ありがとうございます。第4クォーター残り1分ちょっとの見事なフローター決め切ったの非常に大きかったと思うんですが、シーンはご自身ではどうでしたか？
How would you look about that scene?
What?
That 1 minute shot that you made.
Uh-huh.
How would you look back at that scene?
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought it was an and one. The refs didn't give me it, but it was great. It was, I'm glad it went down. It was a big shot. Stopped momentum. So yeah.
はい、もしかしたらエンドワンかもしれないと思うぐらいのビッグショットを決めることができて本当に良かったです。
ありがとうございます。見事なシュートでした。それでは DJ 選手からもブースターの皆さんに一言お願いいたします。
Thank you for your support. Yeah, we're gonna keep this winning thing going. Let's get it back going. Thank you.
はい、いつも応援本当にありがとうございます。この流れをしっかり持っていきたいと思いますので、引き続き応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。ジャンボ局長1人目は DJ ホグ選手でした。そしてジャンボ局長もう一人は背番号1番渡辺裕太選手。コート中央までお願いいたします。裕太選手、今日見事な活躍で、勝利に導いてくれましたが、今日のゲームいかがでしたか？
まず初めて勝った日にジャンボ勲章をもらえるんで、ようやく笑顔で皆さんの前で話せてよかったです。
よかったです。今日最後のリバウンド非常に大きな1本だったと思うんですが、今日のゲームに対する意識、そして気持ちも非常に入ってたと思うんですが、そのあたりはどうでしょうか？
そうですね、やっぱりリバウンドが、今シーズン通してうちの課題になってるんで、今日はやっぱ積極的にリバウンド取りに行かなきゃっていうところで、最後のリバウンドは本当に大きい1本だったと思います。
ありがとうございます。これでメンバーも帰ってきて千葉ジェッツこれからかなと思うんですが、裕太選手としてはどういうふうに見てらっしゃいますか？
はい、まず本当に J3 がこの2ヶ月間ゴール下でずっと僕たちを踏ん張って頑張ってくれてたんで、まず彼に本当感謝したいなっていうところと、怪我人がようやく戻ってきて本当にもうこれから一戦一戦大事になってくる負けられない戦いが、これまで続くんで、皆さん今後とも応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。ジャンボ局長2人目は渡辺裕太選手でした。それでは裕太選手にもジャンボ君クッションにサインを入れていただきます。こちらこの後選手がコートを一周する際に選手から直接投げ込みとなりますので、欲しい方はぜひご自身の席からアピールしてください。さあ今最後の一つにサインが入りました。今一度今日のジャンボ君賞 DJ ホグ選手、そして渡辺裕太選手の大きな拍手をお送りください。さあそれでは最後にいつもの行く前にですね、クリストファー・スミス選手、コート中央までお願いできますか？モテオナンバー1決定戦エントリーされておりますので、ちょっとクリス選手から皆さんに投票のねお願いをいただければと思うんです。まず去年が金近選手がはいチャンピオンとなっていたので、何かアドバイスもらってたりとかあるんですか？
Ren, come up here. Give me advice.
ね、アドバイスをお願いします。B.LEAGUEバレー。
ちょっと昨年チャンピオンのモテオナンバー1決定戦8代目王者ということで、今年エントリーしているクリス選手に先輩としてアドバイスをいただければと。
アドバイスですか？ Do I need some of your clothes? You give me?
服ちょうだい。
いや全然関係ない全然関係ない。そうですね、多分広報の方が多分投票の期間になったら毎日練習終わりとかに、はい、動画を撮るぞっていうのを言ってくるので、はい、できるだけそれかわしてはい、かわして、はい、もう自力でしっかりと優勝を勝ち取ってアンに乗ってください。はい。
OK。大丈夫。
はい、金近先輩ありがとうございます。ではクリス選手からもブースターの皆さんに、投票のお願いをはいお願いいたします。
Thank you guys for nominating me. Hope you guys all vote for me, and we'll see what happens.
はい、本当にまず選んでいただき、そしてたくさんの投票のほどよろしくお願いします。
はい、それでは、健闘を祈っております。投票は2月4日12時からとなっておりますので、ぜひ皆さんよろしくお願いいたします。それでは最後に行きましょう。勝利のジェッツ締めマーカス選手お願いします。
はい、勝ったぞー、神様ありがとう。 まあみんなもうしてるけど、モーニーおかえりごめん、ちょっと待って。久しぶりやってないから超ワクワクしてるよ。嬉しい。まあ今日来てくれて本当にありがとうございます。マジで感謝してます。次のホームゲームいつかわかんないけど、でもその時もお願いします。まあもう言ったけど、クリスのことを本当にボートしてください。本当にクリスハンブルガーやけど、でも多分年に負けたくないから本当にボートしてください。お願いします。よし、準備してろ。準備してろ。お手を拝借。よでは、皆様、もっと一緒にお願いいたします。本日の入場者数1万390名の皆様にご登場いただきました。誠にありがとうございます。最後に次回本ゲームの番台です。次回本ゲームは3月5日に茨城ロボットス、3月12日は佐賀バレーナーズを船橋アリーナに迎えて、そして3月26日には越谷アルファーズをここラガーリーナ東京ベイに迎えての本ゲームとなります。それでいいご登場ください。改めまして本日はご登場いただきまして誠にありがとうございました。それではまた船橋アリーナ、そしてここラガーリーナ東京ベイでお会いしましょう。
Take off.
As you enjoy the highlights here, let's go through the interview of Yuta Watanabe a while ago. First question was, how was the game today? And he said he was very happy, and he's more happy that he got the Jumbo Kun Award on the day that they won the very first game. And then the next question was, your rebounding was very good in today's affair. And he mentioned the fact that rebounding was good today, yes. But at the same time, he said rebounding has been an issue for the team all throughout the conference. And he was glad that they were able to get that big rebound a while ago that actually sealed the deal. And John Mooney had a big slam dunk to give them a 5-point lead, which they never relinquished. And the final question was, your teammates are all here right now, so please give us some comments for the future. And his answer was, J3 has been working so hard in the goal. So he said, I wanted to thank him. My teammates came back from injury. And so please continue to support him and at the same time support our team as we continue to move forward here this season. They're in third place still, but they're looking forward to make it to the playoffs and looking to be able to get another title here for the Chiba Jets. Very competitive game we just witnessed. After the first quarter of play, it was Yokohama up by 3, 23-20. And after 2 periods at the halftime break, it was now a 1-point lead for Chiba at 39-38. And then, after a very close third period. Both teams scoring just 15 points each. It was 54-53. Still in favor of the Chiba Jets. And then they turn it on, winning by 4 in the fourth period. So they would win this contest by 5 overall with a final score of 76-71. A lot of heroes, and that's why you saw a lot of interviews done, not just with Coach Trevor Gleason, but they also talked to DJ Hogg, they talked to John Mooney. But they're hoping that they have Jonathan Williams back, so just in case, that will give them a full squad really. Though they're going to have to make a choice once again to choose whether you want DJ Hogg or Jonathan Williams to be your import. Again, a lot of the action here. As you can see, Yuki Togashi putting up a 3. That was coming off the break there. He was on the bench for quite a while, and he has hit so many big shots in his career. Hit another big one here for the Jets. And then an exceptional move here from Yuta Watanabe. Some final pieces of action here. That was the big miss from Damian English, and Watanabe comes up with the board. That was huge. And then off to the break, Mooney with a slam, and that sealed the deal. As you take a look at some numbers here from 2-point country, actually just about even. 58% shooting by the Jets, 53 here for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, but the big difference was in threes. 34% shooting for the Jets as compared to just 23 here for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Both teams just about even there in terms of their free throws. 10 out of 12 for Chiba, 11 out of 13 here for the B-CORSAIRS. In terms of taking care of the basketball, not bad for both these teams. 9 here for the Jets and just 10 for the B-CORSAIRS. Breaking down some more numbers, not on your screens. In terms of rebounding, big 37-26 discrepancy in favor of Yokohama, but they would go on to lose this ball game. And in terms of assists, just about even. 17 assists for Chiba and 16 assists for Yokohama. Now we got the scoring leaders. 18 points for Hogg, 14 points for Watanabe, and 14 as well for Christopher Smith. On the other side, in a losing effort, Inglis would have 26, 19 there for Gary Clark, and also 8 points contributed there by Kiefer Ravena. In terms of rebounds, 7, 5, and 4 for Watanabe, Hogg, and Mooney respectively. And for the B-CORSAIRS, 10 boards for Kotsar, 9 for Clark, and 7 there for Damian Inglis. And finally, assists. 5 assists for Christopher Smith, 4 for Mooney, and 3 dimes for DJ Hogg in a winning effort. On the other side for the visitors, 4 assists for Inglis, Kenta Morii, the starting point guard with 4, and Kiefer Ravena, also in the starting lineup in the backcourt, would finish with 2 dimes. And finally, our head-to-head matchup. This was a dandy to look at. Yuta Watanabe. On the left, Damian Inglis. On the right, scoring 12 more points was Damian Inglis. Actually, they were on the floor for just about the same amount of time, 30 minutes. But again, Yuta Watanabe said, I picked my spots, my teammates helped me out, and we will get the victory. So the Chiba Jets win this one, and they improve to 22-13 on the season. And that's going to do it here for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us here this Sunday afternoon. Till next time, take care. Have a good week ahead, everybody. God bless.